course, when someone's missing, sometimes if they have a cell phone or a device with them, maybe a GPS tracker on a vehicle, that can be useful. Is that anything you can talk about? Whether there's that might be anything he's got with him, or that's could potentially be of any help to you?
We have explored cellular devices. Mr. Vagnini, as you can imagine, being a member of City Council and his work, has multiple cellular devices, a few of which we have accounted for that he does not have in his possession. However, we have not ruled out that he does not have access to cellular devices at the time of his disappearance. We are engaged with cellular device providers. Mr. Vagnini was operating a relatively newer Dodge Ram pickup truck. We have been in contact with local Chrysler Dodge dealerships to understand what the capacity in terms of technologies available with that vehicle, as well as SiriusXM. We've been in regular daily contact with SiriusXM. Unfortunately, we're again not receiving any communication from the vehicle at this time, but these are investigative avenues that we continue to check in on repeatedly day by day, in hopes that if one of these electronic communication devices happens to start communicating, that's going to give us a very definitive point to now focus our efforts, not only investigatively, but in terms of a traditional search as well.
Staff Sergeant, can you discuss the physical steps taken? Like, were there door-to-door searches? Were there ATVs or snowmobiles or that kind of thing, or foot search of any sort?
Essentially all of those things. In this circumstance, what's unique about this is Mr. Vagnini was traveling in a vehicle. So this is advantageous in a sense that he has a means of staying warm and being mobile, to whether it's seeking shelter, seeking medical help, whatever the case may be. But what is unique about it as well, as opposed to someone who wanders on foot, they don't necessarily leave tracks in the snow going into a remote area. He could have covered a long distance had he continued to travel in the hours after his disappearance, that he may have traveled well beyond his point last seen in McCharles Lake area. So these are things that we have to consider. So with that, we certainly do the traditional ground search, which includes officers on ground with GPSs, aerial search with drone, ATVs, vehicles. Again, we've called upon the help of the OPP, but we also extend our search provincially with other policing agencies, the OPP, other jurisdictions, to make them aware. We also have our automatic license plate reader cameras throughout the city, the stationary cameras. Other jurisdictions also do as well. So we have reached out to other agencies throughout Ontario, providing his vehicle information in hopes that if his vehicle does in fact travel across a community with ALPR cameras, that may in fact assist us in locating where his vehicle is, and then that will be a very definitive start point for us to now put resources in terms of not only investigative but also a search area.